Constructors and Destructors in C++. A constructor is a special type of member function of a class that is used to initialize the objects of the class. They are just like other member functions defined using public access specifiers, but they have the same name as the class and they do not even have a return type. There are three main types of constructors in C++. First is default constructor, second is parameterized constructor, and third is copy constructor. Let us understand these in more detail. The first type of constructor is a default constructor. A default constructor is defined as a constructor that does not take any arguments. If you specify no constructor in your program, then the compiler automatically provides a default constructor whenever an object of the class is created. This is the syntax of a default constructor. As you can see here, the name of the constructor is same as that of the class. No parameters are passed along with the name, and we can initialize the data members with the desired values inside the body of the constructor. The second type of constructor is a parameterized constructor. A parameterized constructor, as the name suggests, is a constructor that takes arguments or parameters to initialize the object. This is the syntax of a parameterized constructor. The name of the parameterized constructor is the same as that of the class, and along with it we pass a list of parameters with which we want to initialize the data members inside the body of the constructor. The third type of constructor is a copy constructor. A copy constructor is a constructor that initializes an object using another object of the same class. So here is the syntax of a copy constructor. Inside the class definition under public access specifier, we create our copy constructor which has the same name as that of the class. Inside this constructor, we pass a reference to an existing object of this class as parameter, and this is the same object whose copy we want to create using this copy constructor. We can declare more than one constructor inside a class, but they must be different from each other in terms of arguments. This is known as constructor overloading. Now that we have understood what are constructors, let us understand what is a destructor in a C++ program. A destructor is used to destroy the objects that have been created by a constructor. It is also a member function just like a constructor having the same name as the class, but its name is preceded by a tilde sign. A destructor is called automatically by the compiler when an object goes out of scope or is explicitly deleted to perform cleanup tasks. In this program, I am going to demonstrate the concept of constructors and destructors. So what we are going to do, we will create a class called rectangle, and then we will create its objects and initialize them using default, parameterized and copy constructors. We will also create one destructor and we will see how the entire thing works. So the first step is to define the class. Our class name begins with keyword class, and let's say the name is rectangle. Inside this class, I am going to first define member data under private access specifiers. We have two data members here. One is variable length, which is of integer type, and then we have breadth, which is also of integer type, and these become our member data. The next step is to define the member functions of the class, which we define under public access specifier, and we will begin by defining the default constructor first, which has the same name as that of the class. No parameters have to be passed, and inside this destructor we will initialize length of the rectangle with value suppose 10 and breadth with value let's say 5. Okay, after this I also type one statement here, which is default constructor called. This will tell me when the object is initialized using this default constructor. Let's move on and create one parameterized constructor here, and once again we have the same name of the constructor as that of the class, but this time we are going to pass two parameters, one for length and another one for breadth. Both should be of integer types. Let's say it is L and B, and we will initialize the value of length with L, and similarly breadth will be initialized with value B that we are going to pass while calling this constructor. Okay. After this, let me add this same statement here also. So I'll just copy it, paste it, and change default to parameterized. This will tell me when an object is initialized using parameterized constructor. And finally, I will create here one copy constructor. We can have multiple constructors inside our class, and this is called as constructor overloading. All of these are different from each other, so that is why they are allowed, and they are different in terms of the parameters that are being passed to them. So for copy constructor, we pass a reference of an existing object of the same class. So first of all, we mention the class name, and then we create the reference of an existing object. Let's say the reference name is obj, and it is a reference variable because we have ampersand sign before this obj variable name. Inside this copy constructor, we are going to initialize length with value obj.length, and similarly the breadth of the newly created object, which is initialized using copy constructor, that will be equal to the breadth of the object that is being passed here as a parameter. So in simple words, we can say that a newly created object is initialized with the values of an existing object which is passed by reference to this constructor. After this, I will again type this statement, copy constructor called. So I will just make one change here, copy constructor called. Let's move on to defining our next function, which is display function, which has the task of displaying the length and breadth of the newly created object. So here I will have the return type as void, name of the function is display, and inside this function I am going to type cout/n length is equal to, and then I will type the name of variable length. Similarly, here we have /n breadth is equal to, and then I will type breadth. So we will just display the values of length and breadth for each object that we will create inside our program. And finally, we define area function, which has the task of calculating the area of the rectangle. So here we have return type of area function as int, because area is calculated as length multiplied by breadth, and both length and breadth are of integer type, hence the value that will be returned is also of integer type. So name of the function is area, no parameters have to be passed. We will just return here length multiplied by breadth, and lastly we will define one destructor whose name should begin with a tilde sign, and the name of the destructor is same as that of the class. No parameters have to be passed. Simply type here cout/n destructor called, and once again /n. Please notice here that all the functions have been defined within the class only. Now that we have completed the class definition, let's create objects of the class. So here we will create the first object using default constructor. Name of the class is rectangle, and first object is, let's say, rect1, which is created using default constructor. We are going to initialize it using default constructor, and then we will access display function, and after this we will display here /n area of rectangle initialized using default constructor is equal to, and then we will type here rect1 dot area. So if I skip this print statement and I directly write rect1 dot area, just as I have written rect1 dot display, then I will not be able to view the output of area function because it is only returning the value, it is not printing anything. After this, I am going to create one object, let's call it as rect2, and initialize it with parameterized constructor. So here we will have to pass values for length and breadth. So two arguments have to be passed, let's say 20 and maybe 6. So 20 is the value for length and 6 is the value for breadth. So when we create this object, we are actually passing value for length and breadth here in this line, and length will be initialized with value 20 and breadth with value 6, and parameterized constructor will be called. Once again we are going to call the display function, but this time using rect2 object, and lastly we are going to see what is the area of rectangle which is initialized using parameterized constructor, and here we have to change the name from rect1 to rect2. Just make sure that you make the required changes. And finally we have a copy constructor. So this time we are going to create a third object rect3, and along with it, within parenthesis, we have to pass the name of the object whose copy we are creating using this copy constructor. Let us suppose that I want to copy rect2 here. You can also copy rect1, doesn't matter, but we only need to pass a reference of an existing object. After this, again I am repeating the same lines, so I will just copy paste to save our time, but here I have to make the changes in the name of the object. It is rect3 here and rect3 here also, and this parameterized becomes copy constructor. With this we complete the code, and let's save this program. Let's run it. Notice that I haven't called destructor anywhere. It will be automatically executed by the compiler. If you skip the destructor definition, then one is created by the compiler itself. So here is the output of the final program. Default constructor is called first, and we have created our first object with length equal to 10 and breadth equal to 5. Then we calculate the area of this rectangle which is initialized using default constructor, and we get the value as 50, which is 10 multiplied by 5. After this we call parameterized constructor, and we define the length and breadth of the newly created object which is created using or initialized using parameterized constructor. Then we calculate the area of this rectangle and it becomes 120. After this we call copy constructor, and here you can see that it is having the same length and breadth as the parameterized constructor object, because we copied this object while creating the new object using the copy constructor, and same is the value of area 120 here also. After this, destructor is called 3 times, because for every constructor called we have a destructor, and that is why, because we called 3 constructors here, one is default constructor, then parameterized and copy constructor, so that is why we have the destructor that is called by the compiler 3 times.